Morning, all. All right, so we got 3 games tonight in the National Hockey League. They are staggered starts. It is a triple header, and let's go. Starting at 2:30 Eastern or 2:30 Pacific, 5:30 Eastern, the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Nashville Predators. So as we begin the first day of National Hockey League games that matter, we start with Tampa Bay, a team that won the Cup in 2020 and 2021, and Nashville, a team that missed the playoffs this past season. They're looking to bounce back in. So last season, the Tampa Bay Lightning, 98 points. They lose in the first round against Toronto. And on the Nashville side, 92 points and no playoffs. So only a 6-point difference between Nashville and Tampa Bay. But of course, perception is Nashville not a playoff team, and Tampa Bay should be, though. Players to watch, so I've got 3 for each team on the board. Kucherov, of course, look for him to get off to a fast start. Hedman's going to be an interesting one for me to watch this year because we saw his offensive totals drop off a bit last year. Will they continue to do so? That can happen with defensemen as they're in their 30s. And Johansson. How does Johansson hold up with Vasilevsky out? Vasilevsky placed on LTIR this morning, so it's official. He'll miss a minimum of 10 games, and so it is Johansson's net. On the Nashville side, you've got Saros. Saros is, of course, the difference maker for them and is looking to steal one to start the season. O'Reilly. How much is O'Reilly's offensive game going to get back to where he'd want it to be? How's he going to play defensively? He had his struggles in St. Louis last season and then played pretty well in Toronto. And Yossi. Yossi had a good year last year. He's going to look to get back into Norris form this year. If everything falls the right way, can Nashville make the playoffs? Absolutely. But everything has to fall the right way. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, the Chicago Blackhawks and the Pittsburgh Penguins. So all of the Bedard hype, well, it really leads to some games now, doesn't it? So 59 points for Chicago last year, no playoffs. Pittsburgh, 91 points last year, also no playoffs. So both of these teams looking to get better. There's a difference, though, in that Chicago still likely to not make the playoffs. Pittsburgh trying to get back in. On the Chicago front, of course, all eyes will be on Connor Bedard. It is really his Calder Trophy at this point to lose, although there are plenty of good rookies this year in the NHL. It should be entertaining to see who can keep up with Bedard. And Taylor Hall, added from the Boston Bruins. Interested to see how he shepherds Bedard along. And Corey Perry, added for some leadership. But what I'll be interested to see with Perry as well is, do we see any of that offense return? Last year, he had a down year offensively. And of course, at this stage in his career, that's not a huge surprise. But does he have a little bit of a bounce back in Chicago this year? He may get more ice time than he had last year. On the Pittsburgh front, you've got Sidney Crosby, who never seems to age. So we'll see how things go for Crosby, and with Carlson now on this team. So Erik Karlsson being added from the San Jose Sharks. It's going to make for an interesting season for the Pittsburgh Penguins. It is a big part of the reason why people are expecting them to maybe jump back in. The addition of Riley Smith should make a difference too. Riley Smith added, as they've lost other players too, but the additions should offset the losses for Pittsburgh, and it really is going to be about how Riley Smith's scoring keeps up, leaving Vegas and now being a member of the Pittsburgh Penguins. But he's bringing another Stanley Cup ring with him, so there's that. 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific start between Seattle and Vegas. So the 2 most recent teams in the National Hockey League will be the 2 teams playing it out to round out the night. Of course, both teams with no record to this point. 100 points for Seattle last year. They went to the second round where they lost against Dallas, but tremendous season too. For Vegas, 111 points, and of course they won the Stanley Cup. That's the reason I'm wearing Vegas and the Stanley Cup winner's hat. Jared McCann had an amazing season last year. Now we'll see if it was just a one-year wonder or if he could do it again. Vince Dunn, same kind of storyline there. He had an amazing season. Can he do it again? Matty Beniers had a great rookie season, won the Calder Trophy, and now it's about taking that next step for him. So Beniers will be looking to see if that points total, the goals go up this year, and they should. On the Vegas front, you've got Jack Eichel. Eichel is a star in this game that now has himself a Stanley Cup ring, less than a year after a lot of people were saying, hey, you can't win with Eichel. Eichel's never going to get them anywhere. Aiden Hill, of course, a lot to prove this year, and he's got a pretty big paycheck now, so there's some pressure on Aiden Hill to perform. And Pietrangelo as well. I almost said Frank Pietrangelo. I still got to get myself into regular season form. I apologize. But for Pietrangelo, again, this is a blue line that's going to be very good for Vegas. There's depth on this blue line as well, and they'll be looking to Pietrangelo to lead the way, as well as, of course, Shea Theodore. It must be nice to have both of those players. All right, let me know your winners in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video, and we're here. The 2023-2024 season begins. So thank you guys so much for all your support. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I will talk to you again soon.